You bought 10 courses, watched 15,000 YouTube videos, bought 20 digital products, and maybe finished one, but you're still stuck. You have no audience, no product, no business. And that is extremely hard. And I know that firsthand because in 2022, I built my first six-figure online business. I was on a high. It was great. This is a photo of my first launch. And when I stopped that business, I have been stuck ever since then. And it is horrible and debilitating and awful. And I've just been feeling like I can't do anything. I'm not an expert in anything, and that sometimes I should just stop. And if you are watching this video, I bet you can relate to this. And I bet you don't stop because you're watching this video, and I haven't stopped. Keep trying. And it's because I think we both have an itch. We want to do this. For some reason, we're just stuck and we can't. So I made this video for anyone who feels like they've done all the right things, but you still don't have a real business to show for it. So at the end of this video, you will be unstuck. I promise you'll be unstuck and you'll walk away with a focused plan to put your business into action. And I guarantee this, you will step away and be on the right track. So if we're meeting for the first time, I'm Slater, aka BizGal. I help corporate burnouts start six-figure AI-proof businesses without being an expert. And so as I mentioned, I previously built a six-figure online business. And in my corporate world, I've worked at Netflix, Afterpay, Fitbit, Verizon, and more. I'm doing design and marketing. So before I get into how we can get unstuck and get your business going, I want to do a quick temperature check just to make sure, see where you're at. So show of hands, do you feel less clear on what to do than ever? Like the more you learn, the less you know what you want to do. Do you feel like you're falling into the category of lazy? Are you calling yourself lazy? Are you? I do sometimes. And do you feel bad about yourself for not taking action? Like that's the worst. Do you feel like, are you hard on yourself? And so if any of that resonated with you, I want to spill the tea because these are myths and we're going to bust these myths, okay? So first, if you feel less clear on what to do than ever, that is false because the more information you collect, the less clear you usually feel. And so here's an analogy. You are the coffee cup, you're the coffee cup, and we're putting coffee in the coffee cup, the information. And so you keep putting information into your cup until you are overflowing and the cup is undrinkable. So that is the same thing. The more information you take in, the less clear you're going to be on what to do with that information. So next, if you feel like you're being lazy, you are not lazy, you are overwhelmed, okay? When you are overwhelmed, it's hard to take action. It just is. That's a fact. And then if you're feeling bad about not taking action, that's not true because courses and educational products catch on to existing momentum. They don't create it. They're there to kind of like say, great, you got going. Here's some ammunition to keep going, but it's not like here's the jump start you need. It's ammunition, not the jump start. So it's really hard to get started. And I want to just explain what the concept of a cold start is, because this is probably what you're feeling. Like you are stuck at a cold start. So when a car has been off for a while, all of the fluids are really cold. And basically the fluids need to be hot for the car to start. So when you turn the car on, it is actually very hard for the car to get going, rev up, and it takes a lot of energy and power from the car to do that. And that is the concept of a cold start. You are no different than a car in this scenario. It is hard to go from cold to warm, from nothing to something, and know that you are not alone in this. I have felt this. I'm on a new track now, which is this video, and I'm feeling great, having momentum, but you are not alone. Everyone who has watched this video is right there with you. So look at the views. You are not alone. All of these people feel the same way you do. So before I get into how you can get unstuck, because I have some extremely tactical tips, like very actionable, I want to make a pact with you right now that at this moment, you are going to stop taking in information from courses, other videos, everything. You're going to stop learning. The learning stops here. I guarantee you, you know what to do more than you think you do. Okay, if you've been in information and learning mode, you know what to do more. You have to trust yourself. And that now is the time to move forward. Now is the time to take action. So if you're not ready for that, I'm going to say, stop watching this video. It's a weird thing to say as being someone on YouTube, but I want you to make a pact that from this point forward, you are going to get focused. We're not going to learn, we're going to get focused. So if you're in, let's keep going. So instead of another PDF, another digital product, another course, you actually need three things. You need clarity. You need to know what to exactly focus on. You need constraints. You need to limit your options. And then you need cadence. You need to build momentum. So again, you don't need more PDFs. Like if you have physical printouts from things you've learned, like throw them in the fire. That's maybe extreme. Don't throw them in the fire. They're valuable, but it's the point. No more education right now. So we're going to start with clarity, which is knowing what to focus on. So a very easy way to say this is to pick your niche. And before you get all like, niche, I think about niches differently than other people, and everything you have heard about niching is right. It is the fast track to getting started as a beginner because it positions you as someone differentiated and expert from all the people out there who have already been doing it for years. So what is this magical thing called a niche, or what is it through my lens? A niche is a combination of who you're helping, their goal, the outcome they want from the problem they have, how you help them, and then unicorn magic, which is my favorite part. So let me walk this through. So I mentioned my six-figure business previously. I helped technical writers, that was my who, make more money. That was the goal, the outcome that they wanted by becoming UX writer. That was how I taught them how to do it. And then my unicorn magic was me, my personality. I was doing like corn maze analogies and making things super bubbly and fun. And all the other educators in the space were pretty dry, corporate, conservative. So when I came in as this solopreneur girly being like, hey, let's learn this UX writing thing, friend, I stood out. And that was my unicorn magic because I was relatable and someone that they could, connect with. So again, unicorn magic is that unique take. It is what separates you because anyone in theory can help copywriters and technical writers make more money by becoming a UX writer. Like another UX writer could do that, but my unicorn magic was me, my personality. A unicorn magic can also be your opinion on something. So for example, in this venture right now where I'm helping corporate burnouts become six-figure business owners, I have a strong opinion that if you want to be AI proof, you need to have a human element in something you sell. A course standalone or a digital product standalone is not AI proof. You need to do a workshop, layer on coaching, have a community. That's what's going to separate you in this AI world. More on that another topic. But that is an example of having an opinion, someone can disagree with, and that is what your new take is. But here's a very clear example. So without a niche, it'd be, hey, I'm Slater. I help people manage their money. Okay. With a niche, I would say, hi, I'm Slater, and I help women in their 30s get out of debt and achieve financial freedom. So if I am a woman in my 30s wanting to get out of debt and achieve financial freedom, the person on the right is like, oh my God, you see me, you are my person, like I'm going to go with you no matter if you are just getting started or if you've been doing it for 10 years. Versus the person without a niche, if they're just getting started and there's someone else who's been doing it for 10 years, I might trust the person with 10 years because they're pretty vague and generic and not talking directly to me. So all I have to go off is their tenure. And to just layer on exactly what are the components of this niche is women in their 30s is a specific customer, getting out of debt is a specific problem, and financial freedom is their specific goal. So I have a whole video that dives more into niching, how to find a niche, and I have like step-by-step how to get your niche. So by the end of the video, you will have your niche all set up. You can watch that video here or here. I'm bad at directions. And I also have the slides from that video down below. So if you want to start like workshopping it out, you can get those slides too. And you can watch the video and the slides. Choose your own adventure. Okay, so that was step one. Step two is we need to build constraints, aka limit your options. So this is going to be extremely simple, not easy, but simple. We're going to pick one thing to focus on. Okay, one, not two, not 1.5, one thing to focus on. Again, simple, not easy. And there are two paths for this. Okay, there are two things you can pick to focus on depending on where you're at in your journey to become a business owner. The first one is if you have no audience, focus on building an audience. Okay, it's very simple. If you have no audience, you need to build an audience. And that's because influence leads to income. So very simple thinking here is that if you have no one to sell to, you're not going to be able to sell your product. So if you need to focus on one thing, it makes sense to focus on finding people to sell to before creating the thing to sell. So again, pretty straightforward. Versus path two is if you already have an audience, if you have any audience, then you can focus on building your first product because you have something to sell to, someone to sell to, and you can get focused on that. But there are no distractions here, okay? You pick. You are either building your audience or building your product. There's not something in between because it's hard to do two things at once, especially when you're coming from a state of being overwhelmed and needing momentum. So I have 3 tips to help you get focused, okay? And this first one is to block 1 hour daily for what I call build mode. All these tips are gonna be really actionable. So if you have a pen and paper, take it out. Okay, so focus tip 1 is block 1 hour a day for build mode. And what that means is for 1 hour a day, you're only going to work toward your goal. So if you're in corporate or have a job or anything, this is you time, okay? This is your time to build your business. There's no YouTube, there's no email, there's no research in this hour. Your phone is on focus mode, it's on airplane mode, and you want to time block your calendar out. Okay, this is protected time. And if you do this proactively, you're more likely to follow this protected time. I find that if I have something on my calendar and I ignore it, I feel way worse than if I didn't have something on my calendar. And so time blocking, which I'll go through next, is a really cool strategy to kind of just organize yourself and stay focused. But if you block 1 hour a day for build mode, that is, again, you being proactive about your focus. So this is an example of time blocking. It's basically when you fill out every inch of your calendar so you kind of can organize your day. So it might look overwhelming, but I find that when I'm able to schedule in tasks and things I want to do, they're more likely to get done because I planned for it and accounted for them. So this is a gift from a tool I like called Clockwise. They will automatically time block your calendar for you. So I'll link to them below if you're interested in trying out Clockwise. There's no affiliate, anything. I'm not associated. I just really like them. So the next focus tip, which this one is something I need to take action on right now because I've been feeling overwhelmed about this, but start an idea sandbox, okay? And what I mean by that is write down every idea you have in a doc and pin it on your phone home screen. So if you have an iPhone or Android, you can it's different on each device, but you can pin a Google Doc, you can pin a Notion doc on your homepage, home screen. And so basically the whole idea of building an idea sandbox is, I don't know about you, but when I'm going about my day, I'll have ideas for business ideas, content ideas, product ideas, whatever. And then if I don't write them down, they just pass me by and sometimes they don't come back. Instead of letting them pass you by, I want you to write every single idea down in this idea doc. In this idea sandbox. And so what that's going to do is it's going to not just capture all your ideas so you don't lose them, but it's also going to get you in the headspace of having ideas. So again, it builds a habit of thinking of ideas. And the more you are in that headspace, the more you're in the headspace of building your business, that's going to build momentum and help keep you focused. And also the fact that you're capturing every idea, even if it's not about what you're focused to, that kind of decreases the cognitive load because you have the idea written down. You can get back to it later. And so again, it makes sure you capture every idea, and organized ideas are better than overwhelming. And organized ideas solve overwhelm. That's what I meant to say. And so this is not only a great way to organize your ideas, but again, it keeps you in the headspace and just keeps the momentum going in a very focused way. So here's an example of idea sandbox that I previously had. I called it a thought log. As you can see, it's from 2023, something I need to get back to doing. Like I said, it's on my to-do list to just make this doc. And so, yeah, I just wrote down every thought I had that came to mind, whether it was things I needed to do, problems I could solve, things like that. And just having it pinned on my phone home screen was a game changer because I could just have easy access to go add things to this doc. And then once a day, I'd comb through and kind of organize my thoughts from there. Okay. And then focus tip 3, which is probably my favorite one, is focus on doing one thing 10 times before you focus on doing anything else. So the idea here is to not evaluate if you're successful until you get 10 reps in. So when you're just starting out, it is so easy to focus on did this post perform? Is my product doing well? And then you are likely to quit or do something else because you're focused on what happened the first or second time you did it. But in reality, things take time and you need to understand your trend. And so if you do things 10 times, first off, you can't get discouraged by early results because you're doing it 10 times. And it also builds a habit of taking action versus focusing on the result. So instead of focusing on, getting 200 likes, you're focusing on, let me make my next post. So it focuses you on doing a focused thing, which is a game changer when you're feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to start and are struggling to get from that cold start to a momentum start. So you can be disciplined and soon it will become a habit. The more you discipline yourself, the more it just becomes second nature. So you also have to believe like, yeah, I can do this. Like these tips are really helpful. I just need to implement them. They don't take that much time. I can do this because you can do this. Okay. I promise you. And so the third step is cadence, building momentum. And this, I think, is the most important one for me personally. The 3 steps might be different for you, but this one is like my kryptonite. I need momentum. And that's because momentum breeds momentum. The more momentum you have, the more momentum you get. At least that's been in my experience. So like these people, they're dancing, they're moving, they're going down the runway. Like I want to be like them, right? Don't you? Like they're having a great time. They're moving forward. They're, vibing. So yeah, momentum breeds momentum. So to gain momentum, I have 3 tips. The first one is to reward action, not reaction. What I mean by that is like, an example is, so I have this calendar and I put a sticker on it every day for every action I take that is toward my goal. So that basically I was trying to build my art business and I needed to consistently post on Instagram. And I was getting all messed up with the likes, whether I was making sales or not. So instead of focusing on, all the likes, I would put a sticker on a calendar, physical calendar, every time I posted on Instagram, every time I posted on TikTok. And so I could have like 3 stickers in one like day. And that was so rewarding because it helps me enjoy the process. Like, okay, I'm like a 5-year-old, but stickers are fun. Okay. I feel like it doesn't matter what age you are. Like putting a sticker on my calendar was so rewarding. And it really helps you enjoy the process. And it shifts the focus away from the result. You're focusing on like, oh my God, I get to put a sticker on my calendar, and not like, oh my God, how many views did I get? Am I going to make a sale? All that stuff. And with that, like I said, stickers are fun. And you don't even need a sticker. You can just draw something. Draw a little heart, a little star, do an initial, like just some sort of marking. So here's an example of my calendar that I mentioned. So you can see I have all the stickers. I put in my sales numbers. You can substitute that for audience numbers. But the whole point is to see progress and reward action. And the puffy stickers are just like the most fun thing ever. Okay, momentum tip 2 is to set a minimum viable win, MVW, because acronyms are fun. And so what that means is you're going to choose a tiny daily win that's so small you can't fail at it. So an example is write 1 sentence, send 1 DM, open Canva. Like you cannot fail at those. Okay, like put them on your to-do list, write a sticky note, and they take like 5 seconds in some cases. Like the whole point of a minimum viable win is if you set the bar low for something that is going to move you forward, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel accomplished, and accomplishments, make you want to do more accomplishments. Momentum breeds momentum. It also removes the pressure to do it all. Okay, if you write 1 sentence, you won. How freeing is that feeling? I wrote 1 sentence and I achieved my goal. Maybe I'll write a 2nd sentence. It takes away the pressure to do it all and just helps you focus on doing the thing. Again, and it turns resistance into momentum because, okay, writing a whole blog post is intimidating. Writing 1 sentence, I can do that, And then, again, 1 sentence, be like, well, I have the idea for the 2nd sentence. Well, I have the idea for the 3rd sentence. And then before you know it, you have all this momentum going. And then it often leads to more than minimum anyway, like I was saying. And so, but also caveat here, the goal is not to write 1 sentence that leads to 50 sentences. Okay, I don't want you to get that misunderstood that, well, it kind of is the goal to do more. No, 1 sentence, 1 DM, open Canva, that is the win. Okay. And so the third momentum tip, I actually have a little newsletter that I'm starting. It's called the Momentum Memo, and it's a super actionable newsletter. I'm not a fluff person over here. And every Monday morning, I'll send you 1 micro win that you can tackle this week, 1 mindset shift that can help you stay unstuck, and then 1 unfiltered strategy drop, like this video. So it'll be a similar video like this, something that you can just learn from in a very actionable way and apply that to your business going forward. And so if you're interested in signing up for my newsletter, it is completely free. Really, I like to do newsletters that solve problems. It's not about like just sharing information. I really want this to be a tool for you. So if you're interested in signing up for my Momentum Memo, the link will also be in the description. No pressure. It's just another tool that you can use to build momentum. And so right now, this very moment, I want you to go back and rewatch this video because I want you to figure out each step and not think twice about it. So think of this as like, okay, I just processed, I know the method. okay? I want you to have your business done at the end of this video again. I want you to be unstuck. So rewatch this video, follow the exact steps, write it down, get a journal, and then go. Okay? You are a solopreneur. You can do this. And if you want a guide to guide you throughout that process, the slides for this video are available in the download in the description. So rewatch this video, get the slides if you want. And in however long, 25 minutes, 20 minutes, you will have your business ready. You'll be ready to take action. So let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. My goal is to make videos that unblock you, keep you moving forward in a very actionable way. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to or are open to it. Helps grow the channel, helps help you, helps help me. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.